All right, welcome to another Space Luchador program. Today, Andrew Wilson has his Will Smith moment. Now, before we get to that, I got a quote. Down these mean streets, a man must go who is not himself mean. Now, what is this? Well, that indeed is the problem. The problem at hand that we have today with Andrew Wilson, with any other guru, right? They are completely wrong. And it's not wrong because their fault, but because they fail to understand a simple quote, right? And most probably are missing information. Now, what does it mean, right? Well, let me translate it for you. Down these mean streets, a man must go who is himself not mean. That's every guy. Every guy that wants to play the game. That wants to play the game with women, right? You want to get women. But you realize at some point that the streets are mean. And that you must be mean even though you are not mean. That's how you end up with most mistakes like Wilson here, right? Now, I'm going to go ahead and play his Will Smith moment. And then I'm going to go and show you how he is done. Basically, that's it. It's a wrap. If you're following this guy, right, who indeed is a fraud, right, which you could have seen it coming, right, just on the very fact that, yes, indeed, and it's going to sound so bad, but he's married to a single mom. So there you go. That alone should discredential his credentials, if at all any, right? But anyways, let's go ahead and show you what I mean and go back to the quote and then show you how it all ties and why this is important to you, my viewers and my subscribers. And hopefully today we learn a big lesson, because if not at all, right, if not at all, you can maybe not do this mistake. And trust me, it ain't that hard. It's actually easy. Hard to do. All right, let's jump in.
I know. But the reason is not because I'm not a great orator, or I don't make good points, or I haven't said things which should be compelling to a person. But Charlie, I just think honestly you're too fucking stupid to understand them.
Here it is, all right? Point number one. Now, he's being mean for the sake of being mean, and that's what he's done his whole damn career. If you can call a YouTube, debater or whatever the hell, podcaster like myself, a career, right? But there you go. So he's being mean for the sake of being mean, to look tough, to indeed be in a position where you want to be in this thing I call the game, right? That's what I've been saying that does not work just in sheer what would you call practical means, right? Because all guys are doing it, yet when yourself is not necessarily mean for the sake of the game. Now this is the part which gets confusing, right? But let's continue, give you the context.
So Andrew, can I sell you on my worldview?
Yes.
Your wife has 3 baby daddies and has been married twice before.
And you
You
lick sniz.
Under your religion.
You lick sniz.
What does that
You're a
mean?
fucking dyke. Don't talk shit about my wife, you stupid bitch. Shut your fucking mouth.
Keep my wife's name off your mouth. All right, and there you go. All he needed was to go across and bitch slap her, even though he already did with his dumbass comments, right? But there you go. All this is what I always said. It's just woman bashing, which is part of the quote. That's my point, right?
Shut your stupid bitch mouth.
Your wife with the 3 baby
What did I
daddies?
just say, dyke?
Your wife with the 3
Sorry,
baby
I'm sorry,
daddies?
dyke. Is she morally inconsequential in comparison to your ditch licking?
Do the men that you try to...
Do the women that you try
show
to...
your hatred against...
Do the women
they,
that you try
convince
to...
them that they shouldn't,
You know, Charlie, did I
pursue
bring...
women? Do they know
Charlie,
that
did
your
I bring
wife
your
is 5
family...
years older?
Did I bring any of your
You
family
called me
into
fucking
anything?
stupid.
Did I
You
say
called
anything
me
about
fucking
your
stupid.
family being stupid, Charlie?
You could.
It's
You could
because
go
I'm
for it.
better than you, Charlie.
No, it's because you're embarrassed, and you know that the traditional values that you try to sell people on are bullshit, because
Let's
you
go
are not
through
a
it.
traditional man.
Chuck, let's go through it.
You are not a traditional
Let's
man.
go through it, Chuck. Tell me what I'm doing which is immoral.
What you're
Now, there it is, right? Now, I was going to do a whole ass breakdown on why this guy's a complete ass fraud, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to take you to the quote, which is what actually matters, right? I just wanted to show you. There you go, right? He is destroyed by the very thing that he seems to think that he mastered. Now, let me explain. Right? It's the game. He thought, which takes me to the quote, he thought that he was walking the mean streets, when in reality he ain't mean at all. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, he married a single mom. Not to mention, this single mom, 3 different dudes, right? Now, he can go all in on why he did it and why he is superior or whatever the hell. But at the end of the day, the game is dictated by the quote. Down the mean streets, a man must go, who is not himself mean. Now, what does this mean? Well, it's explaining that you must play the game, the mean game of the game itself. It's mean. You got to play it whether you're mean or not. But there's certain things and certain rules to the game, right, that show who you really are. In this case, that woman, right, who he was debating, showed his true colors and therefore lost the game. Forfeited. Boom. Just like that. He was destroyed. No more will his dumbass words, right, ever mean what he wanted it to mean, or be in any way, shape, or form valid or useful to any man anywhere in the world, right? Other than to be used, sadly, as an example, like for example, myself, right? I'm using an example. Now, to go back to the game, I'm going to show you that everything makes sense when you actually have the full information, right? The full knowledge of what it is we're talking about. Now, forget about Wilson and that whole ass shit show. I'm going to show you what's missing and therefore explain why it is I used Wilson and his situation there as the example to show you the ropes, in this case, the game, right? Now, here's what's missing. Who is neither tarnished or afraid. Now, what did Wilson do? Right? And again, I go back to Wilson to show you the example of the quote. He showed that he indeed is tarnished, hence the single mom, which is why he got butt hurt at levels, right, of Will Smith proportion. And not afraid. Shows you he's damn scared. He's scared so damn much. He went up there on the world stage of the podcast world, just like Will Smith, scared out of his damn mind that the world was going to see who he truly is, right? Which is why he lashed out the way he did. Now, here's the rest of the quote. He must be the best man in the world. Good enough man for any world. Now, that's the full quote. And understand what I mean. This is what I mean about the game, right? This is what makes me and this program next level, which is why it's not popular at the same time. But here we go, because it's complicated, harder to explain. But here, I'm going to try, right? All right. He must be the best man in the world. You cannot be the best man in the world because of what he was defending there, right? He knows that in the game, right? In the name of the game. Now, this takes you back to the quote, right? The part that everybody knows, right? Down the mean streets a man must go, who he himself is not mean. Now, because the game is indeed mean, it's cruel. Now, him having done what he did, right? And it's not, something that you did, but it's this whole damn thing that he's spreading, right? And trying to, I guess, guide the man. When in reality, he made one of the sins, right? One of the biggest sins in this mean game, which is married a single mom. And therefore, he can't be the best man in the world, let alone enough man in any world. Make sense? Now you understand. what I'm saying and why I used the quote and his example, right? The straight up beat down he took by this woman, by just basically, she didn't even get the question out. It was just straight up, so you're married to a single mom, right? And that was it. That's all it took. He was done. So much for his worldview. Understand? And that's the facts. Period. Now, for this, I take you to more quote to explain this quote here and explain even more deeper, right, to what I'm trying to show you, my viewers. Check this out. All right. Next quote. Weak people revenge, strong people forgive, intelligent people ignore. Now, what does this mean? It literally means the same thing as the upper quote, or in this case, the first one, but it gives you more of the guidelines of how it works, right? Weak people revenge. Now, what did he show right there? Revenge for what she said. Strong people forgive. Now, had he been strong, he would have been like, well, all right, you just dissed me, but I'm gonna let it go. Intelligent people ignore. Now, had he been smart, right, again, you would shut the hell up and continue to play the game, because you knew, you should have known, Wilson, that you were playing the game. Only you don't. You never knew. The proof is in the pudding in what she said, right? And why he got so buttered. But anyways, take you to quote number 3. Be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not a bully. Be humble, but not be timid. Be proud, but not be arrogant. Now, what does this mean? Again, these are more tools, more guidelines for you to use the quotes that I am showing you. This is the how-to. This is the step-by-step on how you play the damn game. And at the same time, I'm showing you the ropes on how the game itself works. Because there's rules. There's rules to the game that you cannot break. Wilson there broke them, right? He broke them and he lost, right? He just doesn't know it yet. Well, he does in the subliminally, which is why he did the Will Smith moment, right? But anyways, let's break this down and then finish today's video. And then if you guys want to help me help you, you always share, like, and subscribe. Comment down below what the hell do you think, right? But let's move on. All right. Be strong, but not rude. What does that mean, right? You got to be strong, truly strong, but you can't be a tyrant, right? That's what that means. You can't use it unwisely. You can't use your power in a shitty way. That's what that means. That's the name of the game. Those are the rules of the game, believe it or not. Now, be kind, but not weak. Again, how are you kind and not weak? Well, you're strong as hell, and maybe, right, out of the kindness of your heart, you don't use your full strength and power. That therefore making you kind, right? And obviously you are not weak because you're strong as hell. Understand? It's just the name of the game. Those are the rules, but these are the how-to. Now, be bold, but not a bully. What does that mean? Bold means, all right, I'm going to have this because I'm going to have it because I want it. That's it, because I like you. You know, speaking in the game terms, as if with the girl, for example. But you can't push it, force it, pull it, right? Because that will make you a bully. That's over-exercising your power, which basically is saying the same damn thing as being strong but not rude, being kind but not weak, right? Again, bold but not a bully. It's the same thing, just a different way of showing you the ropes of how it works. Now, Wilson there has no damn kindness at all. He sat there with his dumbass notebook and said, well, I'll never make you see my worldview, as if that was the damn part of the game or in any way, shape, or form useful to him, right? So there you go. That right there, right? It's just straight up being an asswipe to be an asswipe while being completely lost in the game, right? He called her stupid, right? Why? Only the weak do that, right? So there you go. He's not strong at all. But again, I'm only using it as an example. I don't know the guy. I don't really care. But he's the big thing right now. So there you go, right? Makes it irrelevant. Now, be humble, but not timid. Again, it's the same thing, right? You got to be humble. You got to be able to know your role, know your place, know when you got to talk, right? Know when you can insert your opinions, know when you need to say something and all this, but you can't be timid either. Understand? Timid is you're scared. Again, you're powerful beyond belief. Understand this as a man. But in the name of the game, these are the rules. These are the way it works, right? You got to do certain things without hitting certain marks that make you lose the game. Understand? I always said it. It's chess, right? Now, all right. Be proud, but not arrogant. Now, there's a fine line here because most women say, well, we want confidence. Well, what is confidence if not a little bit of arrogance, right? You gotta be arrogant, right? Somewhat. You gotta be proud, but not arrogant. Understand? So again, it goes back to you having all this power and having to know when you can wield it, right? Now, Wilson there thought he had all the power in the world. He thought he's the great big badass debater and never realized, right, that when you're using this power against a little old woman, you understood, right? He should have understood. You, my viewers, I hope you understood. It's woman bashing. That's all it is. You did not gain a damn thing. You did not teach a damn thing. You didn't show nothing up. You're not who you say you are. You ain't this shit. You ain't nothing but a woman basher. Understand. And in the name of the game, right? That's not what it's about, is it? So, if that is what you want to do, right? You want a woman bash? Go ahead. Go ahead and woman bash. But at the end of the day, you ain't playing the game because you lost the point, the plot, the whole reason you're playing the game in the first place. But there you go. I'll leave you with that. I hope you understood. I know it's a lot of things here and there, right? A lot of explaining, a lot of going back and forth. But there it is. Those are the rules. That's how the game is played. And at the very least, if you know that the game is being played and that you must play it, understand. Use the tools around you, the quotes, right? They're there for a reason, right? All right, now I'll leave you with this
Which is immoral.
Yeah.
I think that you have been complicit in convincing young men that...
No. My family dynamic. What am I doing? Being married to my wife.
It's immoral.
Then why? So then.
Under my
So all
worldview,
you did.
that's perfectly
So wait,
acceptable.
Chuck. All you're doing is saying. So Chuck, shouldn't you actually be saying that Andrew? You're doing a good thing. Hang on, Charlie. I just want to make sure I got this right. Am I doing a good thing?
No, son. You're not. But there you go. There it is, right? Again, hope you guys understand, like I always say, and there's plenty of gurus out there leading you the blind, right? Well, not you the blind, but, leading the blind. The blind is leading the blind, as they say. And I hope you understood today's message. It's pretty simple, right? Go back to the quote, original. Down the mean streets a man must go who is not himself mean. That is indeed our path as men, right? As a dude, as a guy, as a child, right? A boy, right? When you're a boy, you realize this world is just a bunch of streets, mean streets, and you must go and walk them, right? Even though you yourself is not mean. But there is indeed a reason for all of this. There's a reason and a goal, right? And a purpose. And believe it or not, this purpose is one of the greatest, I say it's a gift. It really is. Because, believe it or not, it's one of the most fulfilling things you will ever have. Something to do. Something to do, and I dare say it is the key to life itself. So there you go. I'll see you in the next Space Luchador program.